First officer's log. Stardate. Who even knows anymore? This network investigation has led me to so many questions. An entity named the Pretty Princess, who's been in the shadows for at least 2 centuries now. A cult of some phantom. Looks like their calling card is to drop a blue rose after the destruction of Federation history. And, as luck would have it, I'm finding a lot of those roses in the course of my investigation. What was the captain doing? And why is it giving me goosebumps? Years ago, Lieutenant Watson was brought forward in time from the 23rd century. His log entries show Captain Lobato and he discussed his past.
What exactly did they discuss?
Watson discusses the time he came from, and his friendship with Minard from that era.
So, there's more to the captain than he let on. That's surprising.
This gives credence to this network system I've been looking into. Deleting and replacing files.
Minard has unchecked power, and in the case of this network, the power to do whatever he wants.
Really makes you wonder, where are all the Starfleet officers who swore an oath to protect the Federation from things like this? Because this is as big as it gets.
One could potentially bring criminal charges against him, if there were enough proof, and they were so inclined.
Are you that person?
I have neither the interest to investigate, nor the desire to pursue this.
Oh, come on. You're boring. If anyone could make this stick, we could. Together.
Where are all the people who would have made enemies by such an organization? Surely they would have made themselves vocal by now.
Not necessarily. Who's to say how far this goes? It's unbelievably terrifying to think what this is going to do to the Federation, and there's no group of officials to stop this.
Well, what you're indicating is serious and dangerous. One could see you as hyperbolic.
I've always called things down the middle. This network is 100% real.
Then you have to investigate this. If he is eliminating permanent records and hiding things, he has to be held accountable.
I think it's time we decide whether this concept of the Federation really exists. Or if it's truly dead.
He is older, much older than he has implied. Can we trust a Starfleet that knows this? Can we trust a Starfleet that looks the other way?
And how does this affect the war?
Having done these things, can we trust him to do the right thing? I don't.
That's what I'm worried about. The constant kicking the can down the street, hoping things are going to fix themselves.
Why, that seems the very definition of insanity.
I don't know what people think is going to happen, but the day after the war ends with the Dominion, this craziness isn't going to be beaten. We're not going to be on the right path.
We could be in for a lot of trouble. Because of what we've seen from the captain, we are not prepared.
I don't know if Starfleet's prepared any of us for this. This war... 1,000 dirty tricks that not only the Dominion has pulled, but now our own captain.
It seems that no matter what you find in your investigation, our way of life is almost certainly over. There's no going back.
I don't want to go back. Computer, what is this anonymous file on my screen?
There is no file on the screen.
Run a level 1 diagnostic on this monitor. Authorization Sanders 1993.
Level 1 diagnostic complete.
What is this file I'm looking at on my screen?
There is no file on the screen.
Computer, save this location. And computer, resume Minard report. Who's next on the witness list?
Captain Daniel Hawkins, USS Ellis.
Well, not quite the reunion I expected, but duty calls. Open a channel.
Chris, sorry I'm not in uniform. I just got off duty and I'm exhausted.
Think nothing of it, Dan, but this is going to be official business in any case.
You know me. Shoot.
In accordance with Starfleet policy we discussed earlier, everything we say here is off the record and not open for discussion.
I understand, Commander.
After a routine mission on the USS Destiny, you were presumed killed following a Dominion attack. What can you tell me about the circumstances of that attack?
We were safeguarding colonists from Bremerton Colony to New Junction. We came under fire from 3 Jem'Hadar ships.
Problem is, you weren't at your post when the attack happened.
No, I was securing several cords along the structure.
Not typical of a security officer to do.
I'm particular like that. Plus, I enjoy the privacy. I like to sing. The bottom of the Destiny had great acoustics.
Okay, let's move on. The Jem'Hadar ships were very precise on where they targeted.
Yes, there was a changeling on board. They were very careful not to do enough damage to hurt it.
A changeling where you were, when you should have been at your post.
It happened very quickly, and by the time I knew what was going on, I had been replaced.
Let's go into that. Why would they replace you with a changeling only to have you, dead?
I don't know. That's a question for the founders, I suppose.
Why wouldn't they just replace you and go from there?
I'm not a founder, and I'm done here. Hawkins out.
Computer, dive into Lieutenant Watson's files. Captain, I want to thank you for taking this time. I'm in the middle of
I know what you're in the middle of. And quite frankly, not a fan. So how about I save us both the trouble? There's nothing that I have to say that you would care to hear.
Refuses to answer the question. How about the temporal shifts when you first met?
All your answers are already in the report that I filed to Starfleet years ago.
Very blanket answer. Really? You don't think the Ares was affected in that incident?
I stand by Captain Menard's assessment of the situation.
Help me out. After that incident, you and him became close, didn't you?
Close enough, I suppose. When you're out here, you form bonds quickly. Not a whole lot of people understand what it's like, life on a starship. So you quickly form relationships with those who you work and live alongside.
Come on now. Don't you think this stems from him using you when it's convenient to him?
Hey, whatever you want to believe, man. But if that's how you choose to see the situation, maybe you should get your vision checked.
Thinks I should go out more, thinks I should get my eyes checked. That last one's fair. So you have no issue with him neglecting Admiral Bridges when she was captured on Blobitz because of personal issues?
He had his reasons. Besides, it turns out we didn't need his help after all. Admiral Bridges had the situation on Blubbits well in hand.
Really? Interesting. What would make you neglect your own captain?
There's that faulty vision again, Mr. Sanders.
Oh, I think you'll find that I'm seeing things quite clearly. Don't worry, Donnie. I'm gonna help you see clearly, too.
First off, Captain Mitchell. Secondly, the mirrors in our mind reflect the worst of ourselves, not the worst of someone else. Well, Mr. Sanders, as enlightening as this has been, I actually have a crew that I'm responsible for, so I'm going to have to cut this short. Perhaps the next time you decide to come after me to test my loyalties, it would be wiser for you to bring something other than empty threats and vague accusations. Have a nice day.
Computer, get me Mr. Ruiz.
Why in the hell would I help you?
Why not? You destroyed an entire starship to prove something. What was it? Tell me.
Maybe I was having a bad day.
Look, it took a lot to get in contact with you, so let's cut the crap. Something happened. Personal. What? Give me the details. Come on, you can trust me.
Yeah, he was hiding something. It's not my place to say what it was. I don't know what it was, and I don't care.
Certainly you do.
No. Nothing matters from that part of my life anymore. It's a done deal. It's not my fault y'all installed a failure of a captain.
But you served under him for years. What was the tipping point for you?
It was right after I was on a rescue mission to a colony. One of the survivors ID'd the captain and said he came through a portal and just slaughtered everyone in his sight.
What?
Yeah. Every one of the survivors that I talked to was in fear for their lives. They didn't want to be around him or even see him. They came up with a name for him as Saklas. That was it.
That's not in any of the reports.
Well, that's between Minard, Young, and Starfleet.
So it is.
Yeah. Like I've said a million times, y'all chose a bad captain.
I've thought that for quite some time.
No, I don't think I like you. You're an arrogant, self-serving, smug, idiotic smeghead, and you're gonna get people killed.
Didn't you try to get people killed?
Do you not understand the amount of skill and precision it takes to write the code in a ship's computer so that that ship loses power, yet not one single life on that ship is in jeopardy? That takes immense skill. You're just careless, swatting around. You're gonna get people hurt.
Well, one of us has a uniform, don't we?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're right. But you know what they say.
What's that?
You can't open an umbrella that's already up your ass.
Oh, snap. Computer, get me Philip Young.
What can I do for a fellow Starfleet brother?
Well, first off, Commander, I'd like to thank you for your service and tell you that the Federation misses your service.
That's a lie I can live with. To what do I owe the pleasure of this call?
Well, I'm doing a bit of digging, and I think you can help me shed some light on some things.
Absolutely anything for the Federation. Ask away.
Have you ever heard of something called the Network?
I have. It was something we were investigating on the CONSTAR. We figured it was a secret organization charged with moving, rearranging, distorting files and data.
And by we, you mean...
Well, Captain Minard and myself, but we haven't told anyone except one person.
Dr. Wright.
No, wait. What's Cade got to do with the network? How did his name come into this?
There's a side of this that I'm not really wanting to discuss.
I'm convinced my ship went down because of secrets and half-truths. Now, what's Cade got to do with this?
I honestly don't know. But he's left Starfleet.
He wouldn't just leave Starfleet.
There was a message I obtained from his wife. It wasn't even to her.
Wait, his last message wasn't to Dawn?
No, it wasn't.
Well, what did it say?
I'll show you. And you tell me what you think it means.
Eric, you don't know my lifestyle. Stay out of it.
I wonder why he would send a message to Minard.
That's a good question. Don says that after a few years he couldn't keep his story straight, but he kept bringing up a word.
The network.
The Network.
It was Eric all along. I have lived with such profound guilt over the CONSTAR crashing. I believed that I just wasn't good enough to find those who were responsible.
I don't think any of it was your fault. Just like Cade. I believe you've all been manipulated by a man who knows only that one thing.
Well, he's about to learn another.
What's that, Commander?
I had files and data. Now, I have context. If you'll excuse me, I don't feel much more like chatting.
Well, my comm's always open, as my investigation's still ongoing.
I have my own things that may cross over in your investigation. I'm sure we'll be in touch again. Young out.
Computer. Any message from Lieutenant Watson? Computer. Using Cade's database. Look further into the past. Go even further than the 23rd century. Let's go 22nd century and find references to the network. Just so you know, it wasn't easy to find network files to Vom. Or, as I should call you, to Paul.
Regardless of what you think you know, Commander Sanders, I assure you there's a bigger threat. The cult of the Phantom endures.
I swear that I'll be fine, yeah. looking for a sign, yeah. Always in my mind, I've been losing track of time. And I miss when I was 9, yeah. Everything was fine, yeah. Think I'll be alright, I just need you by my side. But I swear that I'll be fine, yeah. Looking for a sign, yeah. Always in my mind, I've been losing track of time. And I miss when I was 9, yeah. Everything was fine, yeah. Swear I'll be alright, I just need you by my side, yeah. I've been through some harder days, things that I've let get away. I'm just sick of feeling things, don't know what forever brings. I've been losing everything, I'm my own worst enemy. Feeling like I'll never be anything I wanna be. I've been through some changes, hope to rearrange it. Flipping through the pages, playing different stages. Everything I'm chasing, don't know why I'm chasing. Leave without a trace and still don't know my place yet. Lately I've been thinking maybe I can just be alright. Find something I love and maybe I can make my own life. And I can get it just right. If I could get it just right. Lately I've been thinking maybe I can just be alright. Find something I love and maybe I can make my own life. If I can get it just right. I swear that I'll be fine, yeah. Looking for a sign, yeah. Always in my mind, I've been losing track of time. And I miss when I was 9, yeah. Everything was fine, yeah. Think I'll be alright, I just need you by my side. But I swear that I'll be fine, yeah. Looking for a sign, yeah. Always in my mind, I've been losing track of time. And I miss when I was 9, yeah. Everything was fine, yeah. Swear I'll be alright, I just need you by my side. I just need you by my side.
Attention Federation citizens. Your time for peace is over. Now, the real game begins.
I'm an admiral.
Buckle your seatbelt.
Yes, buckle your seatbelt.